Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. I've been getting some questions from some of you asking for more dupe videos. I've been doing those kinds of videos for years, but it has been a little while since I've done one recently. And actually just a few days ago, I stumbled across a really good dupe, and anytime I do that, that's usually what spurs on a video like this. When I find one dupe, I want to look through my collection and see, oh, do I have more? Because, you know, time passes, you try new products, both drugstore and high-end. Chances are you've got some things sitting around that are dupes of one another. And you guys know this, but I don't do these videos to diminish the quality of a high-end product. I mean, if we're wanting to find dupes for them, obviously we like these products. I'm just doing this to point out the similarities and give people an alternative if they don't want to spend their money on a high-end item. Another thing that's kind of interesting about the highlights I'll be sharing, each one has a little different tone. I've got one that's sort of pinky, one that's more peach, one that's champagne, and one that's very like white. I almost had a gold. I almost had a dupe for my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlight, but in this lighting, I thought I had it last night, but today I looked at it and it just didn't look close enough to me. First one, and this was the one I mentioned kind of stumbling across as I was trying an older product in my collection, and it's a dupe for Clear Radiance from Bare Minerals. So that is in this little holiday trio that I reviewed not too long ago on my channel. And Clear Radiance is really kind of a unique shade. First off, the glow is extremely subtle, and it just has the slightest pinky tint to it. So when I was trying my Physicians Formula Happy Booster in translucent, it does have a slight pinky glow, and the shimmer in this is super subtle. So I feel these are very much dupes of one another. If you are looking for that slightly pinky toned highlight, this would be a great option. Now this next one is kind of a peachy highlight slash blush. I think if your skin tone is light enough, this could definitely come off as a blush on your cheeks. And I'm talking about the Cindy Luminizer from the Balm. And the dupe for this is the Maybelline Master Highlight in the shade called Coral. I've had both of these in my collection for quite some time, so I'm kind of surprised I'm just now realizing what great dupes these are for one another. Cindy Luminizer, you know, there's a beautiful glow to this, as there are to all of the Luminizer highlights from the Balm, but this one very peachy and just a little bit golden as well. And so Coral from Maybelline, you swirl your brush or your finger in all of these, you really pick up that similar effect because there are some little shimmery parts to this mosaic highlight, as well as some very pigmented peachy aspects to it as well. So I think those are awesome dupes. My next dupe is for a beautiful Becca highlight. Love the Becca highlights. This one is Champagne Pop, and it's the Jaclyn Hill creation. It's got a beautiful glow to it that's like a little bit golden, a little bit peachy. It's very, very pretty. And the dupe that I found in my collection is the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips in Vegas Strip. So these are kind of interesting because depending on, you know, what parts of this palette you use, you can get a different look. And the trick to getting the Champagne Pop look out of this palette would be to stick to all of the shades south of this really yellowy gold at the top, because that does make the overall look a little too gold. But everything down below, all mixed together, it definitely gives you the Champagne Pop look. And to kind of demonstrate that today, I've got Champagne Pop over here. I've got the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips in Vegas Strip on this side, and I feel like I'm getting great glow on both sides. And these are actually marketed as bronzers. They're really pigmented, and it's all about the way you want to use them. You know, if you go more toward the light end of the spectrum, you get more of a highlight. If you wear it deeper, you know, maybe it could act as a glowy bronzer, or I have been known to use individual shades as eyeshadows as well, so they're a very versatile product. Now, I was recently sent the Becca Champagne Glow palette, which I think is kind of a holiday release featuring Champagne Pop and a couple of other shades. You've got Blushed Copper and then this shade called Pearl. And let me be honest with you, Pearl is not an especially hard shade to dupe, because unlike some of these others that have like a little bit of pink or a little bit of gold or a little peach, this one is just like a very pure, glowy, bright white highlight. And the dupe for that is actually from ColourPop. It's a new one called Fanny Pack, and I believe it's actually like a limited edition holiday one that just recently came out. But intensity wise, when you swatch these side by side, they look identical. One thing to note about the ColourPop texture is that they're almost like a little bit of a powder cream hybrid. So when you touch the product, your finger kind of sinks in, but I find application wise, you know, you can apply these with a brush, you can apply them with a finger. It really will give you the same look that you get from Pearl. You can choose to apply it more heavily, lighter. So those are my highlight dupes that I have to share with you right now. Like I said, I would have had 5, but I just was not satisfied with my Gilded Honey dupe that I came up with. I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.